My name is Dr. Christina Testabuzzi, and I'm the Associate Dean of Extended Studies and Workforce Education here at NCC, the equivalent to a continuing education program. And I am really excited to welcome our first class of our retail customer sales and certificate students. It is a very exciting evening indeed. I'm going to turn it right over to our president, Dr. David Levinson, followed by Mr. Doug Adams, Senior Director of General Growth Properties, for some welcoming remarks.
Well, thank you so much, Christina. And first of all, my congratulations of our first graduating class. Again, another hand for yourselves. This has really been a great program. It's very much in keeping with what we want to do at NCC, and that is to launch people on upwardly mobile career pathways, which to me is so critically important. This program actually began in earnest in 2015. We had been discussing a program like this, working with Doug Adams, GGP, and you are, again, the first graduating class. General Growth Properties generously gave a grant for $250,000 to Norwalk Community College and gave it to the important part of NCC, which is the Norwalk Community College Foundation. Ann Rogers, our exec director, is here. And I mention the foundation because the foundation is not only the fundraising arm for NCC, but helps immeasurably in all of the different programs that we have at the college. And so the foundation, working with the college, has been involved in a number of things. We developed an original curriculum for this program, new courses. We've had incredible administrative support, and very important, an industry certification with the National Retail Federation, because that is so important, because it gives everyone here a credential that you will have for the rest of your life, and a foundation that you can then go on and build upon as you get into retail and as you grow with our mall that is coming, the Sono Collection, and will give you incredible opportunities from here forward. So it is just a great program. It fits in so wonderfully with the rejuvenation of the city of Norwalk. It provides, again, a credential that will serve you for life. And for you, I hope it's a beginning, right? Because it's a beginning not only to get a really good job as we open up this great new center, but also a beginning that will propel you throughout your life. And very important, we're here for you, Norwalk Community College, because we pride ourselves so much on what we do for a lifetime. So again, my congratulations. And it's now my honor to introduce Doug Adams, with whom we've been working very closely, and Doug is of GGP. Doug.
Thanks, David. I want to thank the Norwalk Community College and the foundation for making this happen. You know, we had obviously a part in it, but without their structure and their expertise, this wouldn't have all come together. And most particularly, I'd like to thank Dee Davis, who has worked with me for years bringing this to be, and without her, I can assure you, we would not be here today. So thank you, Dee. I've worked on this project for quite a number of years and other projects as well, and I will tell you it's a very rewarding project. We're building something that's going to be, I think, very exciting for the city and bring a lot of good things to the city. But what I find most rewarding is when these large-scale projects, we can bring particular impacts to the communities where we are, which is all across the U.S. And for here, you know, one of the main impacts is bringing employment opportunities, and not just the opportunities, but the training for the people that want to take advantage of those opportunities. And I can't express my thanks enough for the students who went out, signed up, joined the course. I know we all have things to do in life, and you know, it's about priorities, and I appreciate you making this program a priority. This is the first class. We're very excited, but we've made a 5-year commitment to this, and we are looking forward to you leading the way for lots more people to come through this program. So spread the word, get out and tell people. We'd love to have more and more people come through this program. So thanks again. We look forward to many more years.
Thank you, David and Doug. So at this point, I am very excited to introduce the instructor for the program. And honestly, she was really personally recommended by Dee Davis. Like, that woman that taught that class, she was really good, that Celia person. And I'm like, Celia, okay. And then it dawned on me that this instructor had actually been teaching with Norwalk Community College in non-credit for 10 years. This is her 10th anniversary with us, so we are very excited to have her. And when I saw the enthusiasm of the students, when they saw her, I was even more excited, and it just affirmed all the work that has gone into this program. Finding the right instructor is so incredibly important. But most excitingly, she just told me something, because I said, I want to make sure I pronounce your name right. And I said, Celia, right? She's like, no, Celia. Like, I'm going to sell you something. I could not help but repeat that, because she's in this program and heading up a wonderful class and really helped tailor the curriculum for the Norwalk community, helped tailor the curriculum for our students, and I think that is a pure pleasure to be able to have an instructor who can meet with our team, develop and build a curriculum that's already established, and personalize it, and develop it, and build a relationship. So I'm grateful that she's our instructor, and I'm going to call up Miss Celia Vatan.
Music to my ears. You know, that's what your mothers say, right? Your name is the sweetest sound to your ear. Well, I'm going to sell you the idea that you have before you the best class ever for the retail customer and sales program. Because I have had the experience of, or the pleasure of having run this program before, about 3 times with a different group, but this class of mine was a pleasure to go home to. You know, we all work. They all work. They're all tired. I know everyone's tired when they come in, but we had the goal of making sure that it was a party. Okay? But party meant that they met 3 things that the program is looking for: participation, cooperation, and focus. Because nothing matters without those. And they carried with them the attitude of diligence and kindness. They were very kind to each other. And, you know, when you talk about customer service, you know, it's not just saying hello, right? It's putting yourself in the position of the other person. So it is with pleasure that I present to you a group of very dedicated people, and if ever you come across them on any retail floor, especially the new mall, you know that you are going to be in good hands, right? So can we?
So as Celia calls your name, if you could come up on this side. We're going alphabet by first name. You could come up here, this way. Doug and David will present you with your certificates, and you're going to get the NCC certificate of completion, and we're giving you paper so you can print out your NRF Federation certification, because we don't have access to print that. That's according to your ID number. But we're giving you the paper in the holder.
You see, we work with what we have. Okay, Anita Reed. Bernie Porras Guerrero.
This is a celebration. You can cheer. Cassandra Herring.
David Jarrett. Deborah Taylor. Noah Andrew Ruffin. Teresa Blaskowitz. Rhonda Ben.
Yes, of course.
Thank you. And Yadira is not here, but I would like us to clap for her. Yadira Cristina Vitel. Oh yes, and please clap for John Murray. Remember John? Thank you very much. Okay, you know, as a teacher, the job of a teacher is to tell a story. It's not to, it's not to teach, but to lead people to the truth. And you would always want to see a level of interest. And it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure to work with this group of students. I'm going to call them students, but a pleasure to work with a group of people who were very dedicated to what we had to do. But Cassandra stood out because she showed diligence that can't be taught. She showed promptness that didn't have to be said. She would come back and say, you know what, I tried that. I didn't believe it, but I tried it. And it worked. So she applied herself, and she taught me, along with Rhonda, kindness. She had demonstrated this kindness to everybody. So it's really a pleasure for me to present Cassandra, who has been a model as a person for me. Thank you. And you taught me how to teach.
Good evening. Can I move this up? Because I'm always messing up mics. Okay. Okay. As you know, my name is Cassandra Herring. If you didn't know, you know now. I want to say good evening to everybody, but to my class, I want to say good evening, hello, I'm going to see you again. Make sure when you see me on the street, don't act like you don't know me. And remember to always speak. So good evening to everyone. My name again is Cassandra Herring, and I am a recipient of the Retail Customer Service and Sales Certificate Program here at NCC. I want to tell you something. This has been a great experience, not only for me, but I feel like I can speak for my classmates as well. I want to thank a few people as well. I want to thank the GGP Sono Collection, and the NCC Foundation. I have a few other people that I feel like we need to thank because this was such a great opportunity for it to come out into the community, give it to us, and then let us run. That's scriptural for me. Write it down, and they will run with it. So that's a scripture for me, and that's a big deal because a lot of times we do not have the opportunities that we need in order to succeed. Also, I want to thank, these are personal things, okay? I want to thank my Pastor Curtis from Grace Baptist Church, Mrs. Curtis, which is his wife, and then there's one little lady, her name is Barbara Thompson. But last, I want to thank, first, is God, because he opened up a window. I was looking for a window, and I said to him one day, I said, God, can you just open up a window? You know, you have a mansion, you have all these rooms and stuff like that, so could you please just open up a window for me? So, here it is. I've thanked everybody except Lanisha. Now, guys, y'all gotta say, we had a great time with Lanisha. She has the best penmanship you will ever see in your life. You'll never see penmanship like this again. But the last person I want to just really thank, and in telling about my experience, I'll tell you about her. Miss Celia, I'll sell you something. Batan, let me tell you, what a great personality. When we came in, she said to us, one of the things that I remember is that customer service is just being kind. And I took that and I said, you know, because sometimes you don't feel so kind, but every day I would go back to work, even though I was working in areas where people were not so kind, and I would get kinder. Instead of saying everything that I thought about kindness. When Miss Batan taught us these 5 pillars that we had to learn, she first said, treat it as though it was a buffet. You can't eat it all at one time. So you taste everything. That made the curve of learning great. And that's the type of instructors that we need. We had all different kind of people in the class. They had different learning curves. I have a different learning curve, but she met their needs. This class is important to this community. This class is important to the world because it doesn't matter how old you are, you need to learn great customer service. It's just biblical. Just being kind to people, just being nice, being able to service. She taught us about knowing your product, listening to people, listening, opening up your ears, and not being so fast to judge other people. So I want to tell you that I have learned a little bit more in my life today, and it was because of this opportunity. So if you know somebody who really wants to be dedicated in a customer service kind of way, no matter what it is, because I don't care if you're the CEO of a great company, you still have to have great customer service skills. And that is something that cannot be taught. But you can do it if you just be kind. So I want to say to my class, I want to say to this foundation, I want to thank you guys so much. I want to thank you, D. Davis, for just having the insight for this particular program, and for everyone else who's ever done anything to help us out, because we really needed it. And everybody, all of us, not one of us don't want to move further in life. And I know I don't. So I want to say thank you, but I want to tell my class, I'm so glad we had this time together, just to have a laugh and sing a song. It seems we've just got started, and before we knew it, came the time we had to say so long. But it's not so long. I'll see you later.
I'm just letting that sink in. Boy, do I regret not going earlier. But you affirmed the energy and the work. Sorry, I like stepping outside the podiums. You affirmed the work and the energy that so many of us have put in this program, and the enthusiasm from all of you is an affirmation of what we do here in this class and in this college and in this community. So thank you, Cassandra, for that incredibly moving, incredibly special greeting. Thank you. Okay. And I'm not singing. I've introduced myself. I want to mention a few folks that we've made reference to, but I want to call them out in particular. Lanisha Nathaniel, where are you, Lanisha? Our project assistant for this program. So I could say, Lanisha, I need, and she knows what it is, and she executes it. And that is an incredibly special gift to have, and one we are so grateful to have in our Division of Extended Studies, so thank you. Dee Davis, for the motivation, the encouragement, to keep us on point, to keep us moving forward, very important. Ms. Ann Rogers with the Foundation, thank you for being a sounding board. A lot of the program and the structure that you were delivered was built in a conference room almost over 2 years. So it's nice to see that come to fruition. Okay. I want to say something now to the graduates, very briefly. I want to encourage you to continue to take advantage of all the programs that NCC has. Just out of curiosity, how many of you maybe have attended NCC before or have a credential or a degree of another point? So awesome. This is one of your first credentials. Yes. It is not your last, I certainly hope. And NCC can help you with that, whether it's our associate degree, credit certificates, more workforce training. We also have an awesome office, our Career Development Services office, that can help you and continue the work that Celia has started with you about job placement, job preparation, right? We have a job developer working with Doug and the Chamber to target opportunities for you, having come through this program. And that's a benefit of being an NCC student, of which you are. Once you're with us, you're stuck with us, so you know. I also want to mention the NCC Foundation. As a result of a lot of partnerships that we've developed within the community, they have created a very unique, pretty much one of its kind, scholarship opportunities. So if you are coming through this program, all right, you will be eligible and can be considered for an NCC Foundation scholarship without having the minimum, and correct me if I'm wrong because I couldn't look it up quick enough, the minimum 12 credits of NCC credit in the credit side. So the work that you've done will count towards consideration to see if you're eligible for a scholarship to continue in credit programs. Okay? So I want you to make sure you connect with Anisha after this program. In fact, they're probably all emailing you now, that we can help you understand what that process means, help you identify maybe that next step. So, some of you may have pursued this certification to get an advantage in the workplace, pursued it to enter the workforce, or some of you may be re-engaging with school for the first time, or for the 10th time. The stop and start is tough, right? It's tough. And some of you may be starting over completely. No matter why you started, you finished. The certificate in your hand shows you that, shows them that. Did they all see that? Yeah, okay, just making sure. My guess is, like many NCC students, you have many other roles and responsibilities and demands on your time. Yes? Little? Just a few? Okay. So the success you've accomplished isn't without their challenges. Whether it's getting to class just in the nick of time, whether it's, Celia, I'm going to be 5 minutes late, Anisha, I'm running late, whatever it may be, my computer's not working. No matter what, it's had challenges, but you've done it. So I close with a favorite quote. by Winston Churchill that captures the NCC proud spirit. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. We wish you the best of luck as you continue in your journey, and we ask and invite you to join us for some refreshments in the lobby. Thank you, everyone, for coming tonight. And we'll leave our little staging area here in case anybody wants a single picture.